My name is Anthony Vlachos. I am the co-founder of the WizdomOne Group. So our agency specializes in three primary pillars, one being property and casualty, those business insurance, pensions, financial services, and then group benefits and PEOs. So what separates our agency from our competitors is to make sure that we have a full understanding of where they came from, where they are now, where they want to go. Because we focus on so many different pain points, we want to make sure that we are giving them the best advice in all these areas, but also help them foresee some of these traps that they may not even be consciously aware of. It goes above and beyond the normal scope of just selling a product and then, see you next year. It's about constantly partnering with them and growing with them. So we had a client on board with us for their personal insurance. We took over the homeowners, the auto, the umbrella, and one of the things that we noticed was they had a young, newly licensed driver on the policy, and there wasn't an actual vehicle for them. But when we asked what vehicle she would be driving, it was mentioned that it was one of the vehicles on their commercial auto policy, which immediately sends up red flags. So had a very not aggressive, a conversation with them explaining the dangers, right, the pitfalls of that situation and how that could really have an impact on them long term. And of course, as life would have it, literally, they made the decision to move their child onto their personal policy. They re-registered the vehicle, and the next day was involved in an accident that not only totaled the vehicle, but caused bodily injury to another party. The best part of that for both of us was, one, what we do, even though sometimes it doesn't actually show up all the time in that sort of an example, it makes sense of why we do what we do, why we have to sometimes make people uncomfortable and tell them how doing certain things are just not going to work out in the long run. And the other long-term situation for them is that they did not now just get non-renewed or canceled for their commercial auto. And guess what we were able to do? After that, we were able to help them now on their commercial business. So that again goes back to building that level of trust and keeping those long-term relationships, because once you have something like that, an experience in that capacity, that's a client for life. In building trust and maintaining long-term relationships with our clients, first off, it's all about doing the right thing, right? You have to always put the client first before any carrier, before any quota, before anything like that. Secondly, when you have a true understanding as to what that business owner is actually wanting out of life, right? There's a reason that we go into business. So if you can give them back the time and freedom that they were once wasting and trying to figure out the things that they really never wanted to figure out to begin with in running a business, that is how you build and develop and keep a long-term relationship with a client. Our approach in running a modernized agency is that we are what we call remote first. So our team is all remote. We incorporate people out on Long Island, but we also have multiple team members that are in other states. And what that does is it gives us and our team the capacity to not just always focus on work, right? There's other areas of life that we want to make sure that they're not neglecting because of overall just too much work. So we're very flexible. We also take the approach of making sure that education is critical. So we're always promoting education within the agency. And the other thing is technology. The client experience for us versus a traditional agency is most traditional agencies have a very specific focus on one area, and they don't actually look at the broader picture of business overall. My advice for agencies, I would say, in speaking to those smaller agencies that are really grinding right now, or those sole brokers that are looking to really up-level their game, you got to push. each industry is so different. The P&C industry, the access points are so enormously different than some of the others, like the life and health industry, the investments, the financial services. So just to drill down on the P&C side, you have to find the right partners, whether they're carriers, wholesalers, aggregators. You have to find somebody that's not just solving a temporary solution, but again, going back to that end in mind, what is that going to look like? And then who is that going to work with? These things matter, and these types of approaches and building the rapport with these business owners, and not just focusing on, again, these products, but really fulfilling the relationships with these clients, and you really get something out of that. So at least for me, and I know Greg feels the same way, so these are the important things that we've been able to build, and why we've been able to build over the last 20 years, the way we have.